Tags in Ignition have the ability to attach metadata information. I can view this information by right-clicking on a tag in the designer and clicking Edit Tags. There's a lot of configuration that exists on the tag. One of the areas is metadata. The metadata properties provide information for the tag. These values can be used anywhere in Ignition. Typically, they're used in binding on components. So the information can include things like a format string, how I want that value to be formatted on a screen, whether it be integer or a date, what the engineering units are of the tag, if it's the degrees Celsius or pounds or grams or whatever units we want to use that we can display on screens. The limits, engineering limits, lows and highs. Maybe if I'm going to write back to the tag, what is the possible low limit and the possible high limit? The engineering limit enforcement, do I want to force them to, only enter values between those limits or only on the low end or the high end? The tooltip, just information that would show up if a user put their mouse over a component that is linked to a particular tag. Documentation about the tag, a free-form text entry where you can provide notes as to what that tag is doing in the system and possibly where it's being used. All this information here can be provided by you if you want to take advantage of these facilities. So for example, if I have this level tag here, if I put the unit of this to feet, let's say FT, and I press OK, I can now take this tag, drag it onto a screen as a numeric label, and you'll see that it says 66 FT, feet, because we're actually automatically using that metadata on this component. So we're linking the units of the component directly to the metadata of that tag. You'll notice that the mouse over text, this is also going to be linked to the tag's tooltip, so that if I was to provide a tooltip, go here and add, here is a tooltip on this tag, then this component will automatically get it. So in the runtime, if the user put their mouse over the component, it would automatically say, here's a tooltip. Down at the very bottom, the number format pattern is being used on this component as well, which is a metadata facility that we could actually go and change the format and how we want this value to be displayed. Maybe I want to actually force 2 decimal places on the format string. You'll see that now this component has 66.00. So the metadata is just information that we can use throughout our project that can really add aid. Because if I use this value more than once, like if I put level here as a tank, I may want the exact properties to exist there as well. So if I put my mouse over either of these, I get the exact same tooltip because they're linked to the same metadata property. Now you don't have to use these, of course. They are available, but to take advantage of, but you're not forced to use them. If I expand level, I can also see all the individual metadatas here that I can individually drag onto screens and use.